Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Bryce with Ice Media, and today I'm going to be showing you the first time use quick tutorial of the JFJ Easy Pro and what you'll need to do. So first things first, you will need the machine itself, of course. And then it also is provided with a microfiber cloth, two different polishing compounds. This is number 2, and then this is the static cleaner to spray it off afterwards, and that's polishing compound number 1, or just the blue one. We have a buffing pad, which is the white one, a polishing pad, which is the yellow, and then of course you need a scratch disc. So alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the process and get started. So we are now ready to get started with this. Let's go ahead and open up the top. And first things first, you want to go ahead and take a look at the inside, kind of get used to this. So the inside little pad here is Velcro. So this is where you want to take one of your buffing pads or your polishing pad, whatever step you're going to be on. Of course, our first step is going to be the buffing pad, which is the white one. So what you want to do is go ahead and get the white polishing compound, which is number 2, and you want to lather this up really good because you want to make sure that it's lubricated, because there's a lot of friction between, of course, the disc and these pads. So you don't want it to be just super dry or anything like that. They say for your first 2 uses, you want to lather this thing up quite a bit, and then you want to spread it in either with the top of the cap, or you can use something else to kind of spread it in and make sure that it's really lubricated and that it's spread around the pad very nicely. So actually this very first time I didn't do the greatest job, so I went ahead and did it twice because I wanted to be on the safe side and make sure that it's well lubricated here. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll get started. And after you have that polishing compound spread around very nicely on the buffing pad, you want to go ahead and put it down on that Velcro plate that I showed you guys just a little bit ago. So now that it's all the way on there, we want to go ahead and get ready to put our disc in the machine. So now that I'm moving the camera up, you can see the metal plate that holds the disc itself is in the shape of a disc, and it has this little screw nut at the top. So we want to go ahead and take that out of the way because that is actually what anchors down the disc itself, so that way it's not flying all over the machine or it breaks, anything like that. You don't want that to happen, of course. So I have Guitar Hero 5 on PS2. This thing is very scratched, and I actually just had this returned to me because it didn't work. And so we want to make sure the label is facing against the metal plate. Of course, we want the data side downwards, and then you want to go ahead and screw this in, not too tight. You don't want to damage the disc or anything, just snug enough so that it's not going to go flying around in the machine. But go ahead and close it down, lock it in. Then we want to make sure this orange button is lit up. So let's go ahead and turn it on here. And then for first time users, it is recommended to do the 2 minutes. Let's smack it and get it going. Here's some nice little B-roll of the JFJ Easy Pro doing what it's supposed to do. It's spinning and it's spinning and it's spinning. It's a nice little hum. It's not too loud or anything by any means, but you can see that disc is spinning pretty good, and it's done that 2-minute cycle. So let's see what's next. So our machine just now turned off, so we're going to go ahead and open this back up and move on to the next step. So what we're going to want to do next is go ahead and take out the buffing pad itself. Since we are done with this step, you just need to unvelcro it. It's not too hard or anything like that. Just pull it straight up. And as you can see, it'll start to leave a little bit of a ring as it starts to burn through some of that buffing pad. And next, we want to grab the yellow polishing pad. So that's going to be the second step of the actual cleaning method of the disc itself. And so you can see here, I've already used it a little bit, but again, you want to go ahead and lather this up pretty good because, of course, again, there's a lot of friction. That metal plate at the top that holds the disc does get pretty hot because it's moving pretty fast in there. So again, we want to repeat the same step as the very first polishing compound, and we want to go ahead and lather up this pad as much as possible. You can see I put a little extra this time so I don't have to do 2 times in a row and kind of drag it out for you guys. And again, you want to go ahead and lather this in as best as possible. We've now got it all smoothed down. Let's go ahead and put it on the Velcro plate. Make sure it's nice and snug. And you can see it's in there pretty good now. And then we want to go ahead and close the lid once again and get ready to get this one going. But instead of 2 minutes this time, we are going to go down and hit the 1 minute mark. And let's get that going and see how it looks afterwards. And just finished up, so let's go ahead and pop the top one more time here, and let's go ahead and remove the disc itself. You want to do this gently, make sure you don't have the disc go flying out, and let's go ahead and see what it looks like. And once you see it, you'll see that it needs to be cleaned up. So it's still got a lot of wax and compound all over it. That's where that microfiber cloth comes in. So what I like to do is go ahead and grab that static cleaner and just spray it all over it. Make sure that it's nice and wet on the disc, and then go ahead and grab your microfiber cloth and just start polishing away. You might have to do this a couple times just depending on how much residue is still left over. You just have to be kind of careful with this. You want to go from the inner circle outwards. You don't want to do circular motions or anything like that to re-scratch the disc. You want to make sure this is nice and clean as possible, of course, before putting this into your player, to make sure that it does work properly and doesn't start to gunk it up. So let's go ahead and polish that up, and you'll see at the very end how much better that it does look. Now, I don't know if you guys remember what it looked like to begin with. It still has a lot of scratches on there, but they're not big, deep scratches anymore. There's just a lot of circular scratches and everything like that. I wouldn't say this machine gets out every single scratch per se, but it does help out quite a bit. So alright guys, that is the first time tutorial on how to use the JFJ Easy Pro. It's nothing too crazy or anything like that. And this also does come with the paper manual. So if you do end up getting this, all these steps will be in there. I just want to give a visual because that's the best way that I learn, is actually being able to see it rather than just be able to read it. I like being able to see pictures, but I like to see videos a lot more because it makes it easier for me. So definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think of the JFJ Easy Pro, and let me know if this was very helpful for you guys. Make sure to leave a like if you found this to be helpful. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more content just like this, and also my review that'll be coming up on this machine. And definitely let me know again, guys, in the comments what you guys think of this and if you found this to be helpful. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.